Shalom. Call Elohim like how by Shem Hawashai Waha Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and truth. The Bayah Dawadah House of David, the elect. Alright, so Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh is the name of his only begotten Son, who deserves all the glory and the honor and the praise. Alright, so I want to get into this article real quick. And see, man, things are heating up. It says China and Russia train for war with U.S. if Trump invades North Korea. All right, so this lets you know that that times are coming to a close, man. These are the things Yahweh was prophesying about. It says China and Russia have urged a peaceful solution to the nuclear crisis with North Korea, but if the U.S. invades, they're preparing to fight. All right, because you got to understand that these are not allies of America. Okay, they try to suppress and get rid of those ideologies that America has and try to make things peaceful. But there are North Korean allies. Okay, and that's a lot of things people forget about. Right? China and Russia may be devising a plan to attack U.S. forces in the event of an imminent war breaking out on the neighboring Korean peninsula, according to the two former military officials. And see, this picture right here is them doing like training drills and things like that. All right, so they got drills going on. Lieutenant General Wang Hongwang, the former deputy commander of the Western Nanjing military region, warned the war on the Korean peninsula might break out anytime between now and March next year. All right, so they even got their prophecies, of course, you know what I'm saying, of what they think is going to happen. But of course, it's all about the will and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi when things is going to pop off. But they said between now and March next year, man, that's 4 months, man. You know, his comments came during a conference hosted Saturday. All right. I got a couple scriptures that I want to get to. Let me get this part real quick. China should be psychologically prepared for a potential Korean war, and the Northeast China regions should be mobilized for that, Wang said Saturday, according to the Global Times. Such mobilization is not to launch a war, but for defensive purposes. All right, so then they saying this is about defensive purposes. But let me get this scripture real quick. Especially Russia. We already know that Russia is ready to battle with America, man. They got that old USSR spirit. All right. So I'm going to skip around a little bit on this, but this is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So that's talking about Russia, right? And Meshech and Tubal were like merchant cities that were there. And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So the Lord's against Russia, of course, because he has prophecies coming to, destroy them and put them into slavery as well. But, right now we're talking about the destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay, so I'm going to skip down to I could just read through this. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Lord's going to bring them in the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat, the valley of decision, and judge these nations and these armies. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So all of these different nations, man. Gomer, that's Turkey, and all of his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. All right, so a lot of these nations going to be destroyed, man. But let me get this about what they coming against America. I'm gonna jump down to 9. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Okay, and thou shalt say, I will go up. So this is when Russia's they're thinking that they're about to come against America, and it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of the unwalled villages. What's the land of the unwalled villages? That's America, man. Babylon the Great. This place has never seen true war, yet we don't have any walls around us. That's why Trump's trying to get it up, but that wall is never going to go up, man. Let's be real, and that's prophecy. It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. All right, so them that are at rest is America, man. These Americans dwell safely. They don't worry about any other countries. They think they got the best military might on the face of the planet. They're not worried about those things. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Okay, so America don't got no bars, no gates, no walls, but yes, they haven't been touched. That's why it's, Babylon the Virgin, and so, but America is going to be touched, man, by these different countries, by the missiles. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is working. And it says to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of all the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. All right, so that's the point, but to take a spoil and to take a prey, so Magog, Gog is Russia's coming against this place, man. They got that, like I said, the USSR spirit, man, and they got these cold wars going on now. North Korea, China, Russia, all these countries are having trainings going on, drills. Let me read this real quick. In a separate interview, Song also said that high-tech anti-missile drills held that same day by China and Russia in Beijing were actually a joint effort by the U.S.'s two leading military competitors to defend against a potential attack order by President Donald Trump, who has increasingly feuded with North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un since taking office in January. Both China and Russia have joined the U.S. in condemning North Korea's nuclear and ballistic weapons arsenal, which the country argued was necessary to defend against the U.S. attempt to overthrow Kim. But Beijing and Moscow have staunchly opposed an expansionist U.S. military in the Asia Pacific. And it's a couple other points I wanted to get in here. Let's see. It says the main target of the joint drills between China and Russia is the U.S., which has both ballistic and cruise missiles that could pose a real threat to both Beijing and Moscow. So they're looking beyond Kim Jong-un with these missiles, man, because they know at the end of the day, Donald Trump and the Americans are saying, hey, North Korea, don't shoot those missiles, little rocket man. But yet they got all the bullets. They got all the missiles, all of those things going on. But they telling other people don't do it, but America got packing all the armory, and that's just ridiculous, man. That's not a logical thought. It's telling your opponent, don't practice with your missiles, but I got all the guns. You know what I'm saying? That's that American pride, man. Esau's pride, man. He's going to be brought to the ground. I got one more verse, and I think it was this in his last 2 paragraphs. See, they're talking about the Cold War in here too. China and Russia previously backed North Korea when the newly established communist state went to war with South Korea, supported by the U.S. and the UN in the early 1950s. All right, so that's the same spirit that's coming up again. The 3-year battle, widely seen as the first clash of the Cold War, ended with an armistice establishing a DMZ, demilitarized zone. And see, they talk about that in that movie Bushwick too, roughly along the pre-war border, but no peace between the warring neighbors. Okay, but yeah, that's mainly the point. But I want you all to know that Russia's going to get it, China's going to get it. America's going to get it the worst, but I want to get this. This is Ezekiel 25:11, and I will execute judgments upon Moab, Mawabah. All right, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Okay, they shall know that I am Yahweh. All right, so these things are coming to pass, man. The Lord's going to show judgment upon all of these nations, but right now He got them in this Cold War 1950 spirit all over again, man. That third woe cometh quickly. So, we gotta prepare, man. We digging into this word. We talking about these prophecies. They got these drills going on, and these are the signs of the times, man. Yahweh Shah prophesied about this, and the men of old are back again prophesying about it again, man. So with that, I'm going to say, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the elect.